Hi, good morning, one and all. Last class we can discuss about earthworm regarding to the animal kingdom. Today we can start a very important topic, a new chapter, that is structural organization in animals. Need point of view, they can ask 2 to 3 questions. One question they can ask from the animal tissues. Here, in evolution of animals, the major significant event is the tissue level of organization. Tissue level of organization is the major significant rule. Evolution, evol means how to roll, how the animals is arises. The first basic one is the tissue level. Here, the first time tissue level of organization can be seen in the cnidarians, I already said. And then organ level can be seen in the Platyhelminthes. From nematoda to remaining phylums, they can show the organ system level of organization. And then we can discuss about different types of coeloms, acoelom, pseudocoelom and true coelom. And we can discuss about the symmetries, that is the asymmetry, radial symmetry, bilateral, pentaradial and biradial symmetries we can discuss. Now, in structural organization in animals, first we can discuss about the very important topic, that is the animal tissue. See, for acellular organisms or unicellular organisms, here respiration, excretion, digestion, reproduction, everything takes place by a single cell. That type of organisms is called as a acellular one or unicellular type of organisms. Now that will indicate the protozoans. And if you go for the metazoas, it indicates multicellular organisms. In multicellular organisms, this same type of basic function is done by different type of cells. Now here I can name it as a tissue. What is meant by tissue? Tissues is a group of cells arises from the same origin and done a same function that is called as a tissue. What is tissue? The group of cells arises from the same origin. Here the origin means either it is originated from the ectodermal, that is the outer layer, or it is originated from the mesodermal, that is the middle layer. That will be originated from the endoderm, that will be indicates the inner layer. And the function will be same, that is called as a tissue. The study of tissue is known as a histology. What is histology? The study of the tissues is called as what? Histology. Now the tissue consists of cell and extracellular matrix. Now this one is the tissue. This tissue having a cells. Between the cells they having a extracellular matrix. Now different tissues having a different quantity of extracellular matrix and the composition are also different for the different type of tissues. Now the tissues are broadly classified into in metazoas, tissues are broadly classified into, one is the epithelial tissue, the second one is the connective tissue, the third one is the muscular tissue, and the fourth one is the nervous tissue. That's why in animals the tissues can be broadly classified into 4 types of tissues. One is the epithelial tissue, the second one is the connective tissue, the third one is the muscular tissue, and the fourth one is the nervous tissue. Now if you go for the origin, epithelial tissue, where it will be originated? It will be originated either from ectoderm, either from mesoderm, either from endoderm. And the connective tissue and muscular tissue is originated from the mesodermal region. Nervous tissue is originated from the ectodermal region. Among all the tissue, major portion in our body is occupied by the connective tissue. Now first we can go for the characteristics of the epithelial tissue. Now epithelial tissue. Epi means upon, thelial indicates covering. That's why this tissue can covers the body wall, can lines the internal organs, and also it can lines the cavities. See, now between the cells, it will be held together by a cementing substances. Same as the top. At the construction of the house, you have to think this one is the bricks. This bricks is held together by a cementing. Same thing in our tissues, between the cells is held together by a cementing substances, and they can form a junction. Here basically in epithelial tissue, mainly 3 types of junctions will be there. One is the tight junction, the second one is the desmosomes or desmosomes, and third one is the gap junction. See, tight junction means between the cells tightly held together with a cementing substances that is made up of a specialized proteins. Here this cells, it can prevent the loss of the particles to the surroundings. It means ఈ సెల్లో ఏదైతే సబ్స్టెన్సెస్ ఉన్నాయో ఆ సబ్స్టెన్సెస్ సరౌండింగ్స్ లోకి వెళ్లకుండా ప్రివెంట్ చేయబడుతుంది. దట్ విల్ బి ఇండికేట్స్ ద టైట్ జంక్షన్. సపోజ్ ఇఫ్ యూ గో ఫర్ ద స్వెట్ గ్లాండ్స్, హియర్ ఇన్ ద స్వెట్ గ్లాండ్స్ దే హ్యావింగ్ ఎ సెల్స్. హియర్ దిస్ స్వెట్ గ్లాండ్స్, it can prevent the loss of water to the surroundings. This is the best example regarding to the tight junction. And then desmosomes. Desmosomes is like a rivets or canals. Suppose this one is the one cell, this one is the another cell. Between these two cells is connected by a canal. That canal will have to called as a rivets. This rivets is made up of a protein that is called as a keratin. This desmosomes can be seen in the muscles. And then if we go for the gap junction means between the cells, the exchanging of ions and organic and inorganic substances is easily takes place between the cells. It is easily takes place between the cells means, why it is easily takes place between the cells mean, gap junction can be seen in the cardiac muscles. If you observe, for suppose If you observe, for heart, this one is the right atria, left atria, right ventricle, left ventricle. Here the atrial systole, auricle is contracted. That impulse is transferred from the auricle to the respective ventricles. It means for contraction compulsory transfer of a sodium. When the transfer of the sodium compulsory, we need what? Exchanging of ions takes place between the auricles and ventricles. Exchanging of ions takes place means compulsory they need what type of junction? Gap junction. That's why gap junction can be seen in the cardiac muscles. It is mainly used for the depolarization. Here depolarization means conduction of impulse. Conduction of impulse is takes place to exchanging of the sodium and potassium ions. That will be called as a depolarization. That's why we can explain about the three types of junctions. One is the tight junction, can be seen in the sweat glands. Another one is the desmosomes, or also called as a rivet, can be seen in the muscles. And the third one is the gap junction, can be seen in the cardiac muscles. Here, now, this is basement membrane. Basement membrane. The epithelial cells lies on basement membrane. Below the basement membrane, they having a underlying tissue. Underlying tissue. This basal membrane is formed by partly by epithelial cells and partly by underlying tissue. That's why basal membrane is formed by the both the cells, that is the epithelial cells and also with the underlying tissue. The basement membrane towards to the underlying tissue, that is called as a reticular lamina. And here on epithelial cells, some of the hair-like cells is present. This hair-like cells is called as a microvilli. This microvilli can increase the surface area of the absorption. You have to observe in intestine, they having a villi. Villi can increase the surface area of the reabsorption. And then here, this epithelial tissues is two types. One is the simple epithelial tissue. The second one is the compound epithelial tissue. Compound epithelial tissue is also called as a stratified epithelial tissue. Simple epithelial tissue means on basement membrane a single row of cells is present, that is called as a simple epithelial tissue. Compound epithelial tissue means more than two rows are present. That type of tissue is called as a compound or stratified epithelial tissue. Tomorrow class, we can go for the classification of the simple and compound epithelial tissues.